Okay, we want to talk today about economy and sustainability of homestead animals. We're going to do a countdown. These are our opinion of what is the most sustainable for when you're homesteading, so that you'll be able to continue on and have your own product, even if it hits the fan.
You can do this with few resources.
So this is a quail. This is number 7 on our list. We're going to count down from the top of not that great. As far as economy goes, these guys are great. They don't eat a lot.
This is a jumbo brown Coturnix.
They are, so you can stock their food up really easily. You're feeding them cheap. They're ready for harvest of the bird at 6 weeks old, or they start laying eggs at 6 weeks old. So they're a really good bird as far as fast turnover. But and you're getting eggs and meat, so they're a dual-purpose animal. But the drawback is they don't sit on their own eggs, so that's why they're further up the list. But they're still really, really economic and really, really worth doing. They also have a really bad attitude. So that's number 7. And number 6 is over here. Doves. So we picked doves as number 6. They raised these in the Great Depression because it took a little bit of feed for a bird that was ready at 6 weeks old. This little guy is probably 5 weeks. Looks very angelic. He's glowing. They take very, very little feed. They sit on their own eggs and hatch them, and you get multiple babies per year. So strictly for economy, they're number 6. Well worth doing. It's a little bit of meat, but you know, in other countries they eat sparrows, so whatever. Okay. So number 5, little chickens. Our little chicken breed of choice is actually Serama, because of the way that they hold their chest out. They have actually a nice amount of meat on them. They hatch their own eggs, and so you've got a dual-purpose animal. They're a little bit more versatile than the doves and quail. Hello, you're leaving. You can feed them, you know, different things to try to get them to lay. You can feed them bits of bread. You can feed them kitchen scraps and so on and so forth. Whereas your quail and your doves are probably not going to thrive with that. These guys hatch their own eggs very nicely. It's a nice sized egg. And actually the roosters on these guys give a better amount of meat per pound than a standard rooster does. So that's why we recommend small breed bantam chickens. Our choice is Serama. That's number 5. Number 4 on our countdown is goats. We love goats. They're a dual-purpose animal. We use ours for milk primarily. They're a little bit more versatile in their feeding, but if you're doing for milk, you do need to supplement with some kind of grain of 16%. So that kind of limits their versatility a little bit. We've tried other things. Y'all, don't do it. Don't try thinking you're going to make them survive on alfalfa and they're going to produce. That doesn't work. They do need grain. But they are economic. You know, lactating doe, even with current feed prices, you're still only looking at maybe $25 to $50 a month per milking doe. And you can stock up their feed. But you do want to feed them hay and grain. You know, if in a pinch, if you had something like willow that could substitute for some of the hay. Ethan is apparently having a fit over there on the slide.
I need to go get him?
Maybe. I don't know if he's cast or what he's doing. Here. We'll see what Ethan's doing in the middle of our video. Ruining our video. Did you get up, buddy? Are you okay? What a nut. Also, in the event of the stuff hitting the fan, goats are good comic relief. apparently. So yeah, we find them very worth doing, but they are definitely not our number one as far as being sustainable and completely versatile. There he goes again. What's he doing? Okay, so moving on. Number 3 we're on. Number 3 is rabbits, and that is because of economy largely. They're a high production animal. Are you high production? Yeah. You know, your litters consist of anywhere from just a few on up to like 13. Ideal being 6. And their feed is inexpensive. You can stock it up. They are not very versatile, however. So that's kind of the drawback of rabbits. And they don't have a lot of fat. And so number 2 is sheep. Now, sheep are not the easiest homestead animal. They do take some work because they need a little bit more help as far as parasite control and watching out for disease. They're economic if you get the correct breed. Ours are Shetland. And we also have Black Welsh Mountain Cross. Those are more able to forage. They're good mothers. But you still need to do hay and grain where and when possible. They're a good tri-purpose animal. You've got wool, you've got meat, you've got milk. So that's why they're number 2 for us. And because they do have that forage capability if you have the correct breed. Whereas your goats, they're just not going to do as good foraging as your sheep are. If you're in that situation where you're in an emergency. Okay, number 1. Now this animal is my least liked animal on the homestead. And they are conditionally number 1 because they are conditionally versatile. If you have a proper amount of source of something other than store-bought pig grain, i.e. produce or whatever it is, pigs are the number 1. They're a great producer, maximize use of feed versus how much meat you're getting out, an excellent fat source, which is a problem when you're homesteading. Most homestead animals are, oh, there's a chicken in the pig pen. Most homestead animals are lean. So we would, even though they can be a pain in the butt, we love bacon and they're a great homestead animal. Pigs, number 1. However, be aware of their failings before you decide to get them. They love to escape, and they are very destructive at times. Good fencing is key. Naughty chicken. Chickens and goats ruining our videos. This has been Economy and Sustainability of Homestead Animals. Look for our second video on vegetable garden plants and whatnot.